Rise and shine. It's your girl, Sweet Tea, coming to you live on Zestful Living with Sweet Tea Morning Show. Hopefully you're off and running and having a good start. If not, you're in the right place. Let's get you going and boost that energy up this morning with vigor and excitement and enthusiasm. That's what we do here in the Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea. We want to bring you your first steps are your best steps as you take on the day's challenge. You have what it takes. It's already inside of you. And so we're just going to go ahead and get you going today. Rise and shine. Rise to the occasion and shine your light as you go ahead through your day, moving forward with intention, because that's what it's essentially about. You have a goal that you've set, and we know in our early start of our day, we get ourselves centered. Whether that's through journaling, meditation, prayer, we find a few minutes, whether it's 5 to 15 minutes, however long you set the time in terms of how long you want to ground yourself and give yourself that first footing for the start of your day. We do everything intentional in terms of the season that we're in now. This is a season of reset, in my opinion. So then we all have that time to where we can start healing in order to be able to become our very best selves. We're shedding away the things that no longer serve us. We're getting on board this train. The train is rolling in. Choo choo, here it comes. Get on board. Take control and be in the driver's seat of your own life, going at your own pace. Because again, and do recall, we don't chase anything here. We don't chase anything and we don't chase anyone. You understand that they're chasing the bag, as they say nowadays. So we don't chase anything here. Everything flows to us naturally, as we know what's for us is for us. It will find us, in terms of being in the right alignment and being in the right headspace when it comes to clearing the things that no longer serve you. Release it and release it and let it go. And in order to get to that point, you have to acknowledge it. You have to be aware of it. And then you have to be able to let it go as you address it and take some accountability for it. And that's essentially what we all need to be able to do, is to recognize our part in the matter and then be able to understand where we went wrong, per se, and then be able to apologize if we've offended anyone, forgive ourselves, forgive others, and be able to move on from that infraction. It's not something that forgiveness is not something that you forget the infraction as it is, that you take accountability for your actions in it, and then you go ahead and move forward for the day and from that situation. So welcome everyone to Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea. I'm LaTondra Millhouse, as known as Sweet Tea. My sister coined that name for me because she says that I am so sweet. So welcome. This is a daily morning show, the Sweet Tea, Zestful Living with Sweet Tea. Excuse me, it's new to me as well. Zestful Living with Sweet Tea morning show. Normally and ordinarily, I would come on the live at 8 a.m. I have some things going on this morning, so I wanted to be sure to come on in and give you a boost of energy to get you started on your day as we create a zestful living. We want to have an action plan in terms of what we're going to do and outline it for yourself. And I always say, to begin with, start off with a gratitude journal. Find some things that you can look around and see a lot of things you should be grateful for. But start off, if you want to start off with 5 things that you're grateful for, gradually bring that number up, because there's quite a few things, but get accustomed and used to writing those things down in terms of how that will help you stay centered and appreciative for the things that you do have. We have our eyesight, we have our ability to hear, think, feel. We have a lot of things. We can walk, and we have our sound mind. Hallelujah, praise God. So we have everything that we need. So we should be grateful for that. Our families are safe. A lot of great things that you could be grateful for. Have an action plan in terms of setting yourself and setting a plan for yourself and creating a zestful living for yourself. As I am doing, as you can see on my social media platform, my aim is to provide affirmation, affirmation, inspiration, and motivation. I do that on Mondays. And on Tuesdays, I offer my Sip of Tea Tuesday. Play on words, Sip of Tea. And that is where I would read my poetry or read from my books or perhaps share with you my artwork. And on Wednesdays, I do a What You Not Gonna Do Wednesday segment. I've been doing this now going on 7 years, so this is something that I do each and every Wednesday. And I did have a format to where you come on the live with me if you find yourself tied up in knots, particularly a situation or circumstance that has you tied up in a knot to where you need to untangle it and untie it, then I would have offered you a segment to go along with the What You're Not Gonna Do. All of this now is being provided here on the live with Instagram streaming, as it will also appear on my YouTube channel. I guess you would have to have a certain amount of people in order to be able to stream live on YouTube. So I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I would be able to do more content and stay on the live a lot longer in terms of what I will post in my YouTube. This will go up on the YouTube as well. So when you're creating a zestful living, you have an action plan. You're also focusing on your hobbies to be able to create that information for yourself. It's like a log, a log, if you will, a diary, if I was going to say, to be able to understand those things that you have an interest in, the things that bring you joy. What do you like to do? You know, is it crafting? Is it art? Is it cooking? There's a variety of things that you can do. Hiking, you know, what are some of the hobbies that you enjoy? And be able to identify what those things are, because they're going to be essentially extremely important, because we learned that passion and purpose are two different things. We know that passion is about pursuing the things that make you happy, while purpose is using your unique talents and passions to make other people happy. And it says, what comes first? Getting anchored in your purpose in life will create passion. And so that's where it stems from, and that's where it reignites, and that's what we do here. We rediscover our zest for life, okay? That's what we do. And in order also to create a zestful living, we want to focus also on sensuality. And that, of course, is about all of the things that encompass our senses. The sense of smell, you can wear your perfumes, the sense of touch. You want to be able to go out in nature. You know, there's quite a few things, that flowers and things like that. You want to be able to feel the sensation of these senses, as it is sensuality. Your hearing and things like that. You can go out in nature, you hear the birds chirping. It really warms your soul and your heart, and it helps you to be able to recognize who you are as an earthly being as well. And then also you can do, as the springtime is upon us and approaching, and some of the sunny weather that we receive here in Atlanta, that you would be able to walk in barefoot and get your some grounding in, as it helps you to stay firm and planted and be centered within your being, as you would be able to receive some of the health benefits of grounding yourself by wearing no shoes or going barefoot in the grass. And you walk around and you'll be surprised how that heals and soothes your spirit and soul, to be able to get recentered and rejuvenated, and as you reset, because as I pointed out, I know that this is a season of reset, as a lot of us are becoming more aware of the things that we need in order to heal ourselves from any past wounds, traumas, or what have you in our childhood. We're recognizing that we deserve the best. And whatever happened or transpired as you were growing up, we're going to be able to recognize and acknowledge what that is, what happened, and be able to complete ourselves as we understand where this has come from, where did it derive from, and we fix things and we work on ourselves. Healing journey is a gradual process. It doesn't happen instantly, because again, we're doing a lot of work that goes in internal to be able to understand where this comes from. So it takes some dedication, some commitment, is, if you will, to being able to place yourself in these positions, because you will be vulnerable. There will be times that you will be a little taken aback that where did this come from? It comes up because you are going within to be able to discover what you need to do in order to release it, let it go, and move forward. And so the sensuality is really a key point and a factor in being able to feel the things that are around you and to embrace it as you tantalize your senses of hearing, seeing, feeling, touching, and being mindful about the things that are around you, because that brings about appreciation and gratitude. And that's essentially where that comes from when we talk about writing the things down that you're grateful for. So welcome to Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea. We're going to get you started early, bright and early in the morning here. Rise and shine. Get your day started with a little vigor, with a little enthusiasm, because that's what Zestful Living is all about. Once you find and reconnect with those passions and that purpose, nothing can stop you. You're unstoppable because you have a cause, you have a reason, and you have your why. That's going to take you further in life as you continue on this healing journey, a journey of self-discovery. And those are some of the things that we do here in the Zestful Living with Sweet Tea. We talk about community engagement. We do our self-discovery. We talk about skill building, and we do a lot of things that addresses who we are at our core, being able to rediscover and reignite our zest for life, because truly we have a cause and a reason why we do the things that we do, because we want to create a legacy. We want to create a foundation, a solid foundation for our families and our loved ones to be able to rediscover the things that bring us joy. And that's essentially what we are talking about. And of course, as I started this conversation, being able to get centered in your early rise. As we rise and shine, we want to be able to set the intentions for the day, being able to ground ourselves by sitting still and finding the things that we need to find in order to be able to give ourselves a chance. Because again, this is a busy climate that we're living in. People are moving about at the speed of light. They're rushing through life. On these highways and byways, they're rushing through to get where they need to go. They're checking their watches. They're checking the clock. You know, they have to go somewhere and clock in, okay? Because these 9-to-5s will have you in a rush to get there. I've been there before. I've started modeling when I was 16. I raised and helped raise my family in my 20s. And so I put everything that I desired and dreamed of and wanted to do on the back burner, because, of course, you make priority what you have to make priority, because it takes your time, focus, attention to do a good job with that. And so I was also diagnosed with lupus in 1999, and I vowed that I have lupus. It's there, but lupus doesn't have me. I'm not held down, held back, or held against my will at any point in time. Because again, you set your intentions, you know who you are, you know your worth, you know what you deserve, and you go for it. You do the things that bring you joy. And that's what you see me doing on my social media platforms. And so now I'm modeling again, working on some designing things again. I did have the fashion retailing course that I took at Birmingham Southern Junior College in Birmingham, Alabama. And I have an associate's degree in fashion. And so I have always had an interest in fashion, as my sister saw me that particular time when I was 16, depressed and going through a lot of things. And so when she asked me to come along with her, there was a casting call, a model call, and I went there and I had such an amazing time. Something ignited within me. It's just like a fire. It was a burning desire to be able to do the best that I can. Obviously, a lot of us can walk, and bless those that have difficulty with that maybe some people take for granted, that we have the ability to walk. And so this modeling has helped to reignite some of the things that I enjoy being able to do, the wearing the clothes, being able to project my confidence, because again, that's what we do in these entertainment and entrepreneur streets. We find the things that we're confident in and we share it. And that's what we're all doing. We're sharing what we have to offer in these entrepreneurial streets and on these social media sites. And so we're grateful for that. And so as I raised my family and put everything off on the back burner, I am now currently modeling again. I have some acting positions that I have been awarded as I auditioned for a particular part, and I got the part. I'm just so excited about this, and I would be happy to share it with you all as it comes about and the character gets more developed, and I learned what the scripts are and things like that. So it's really a progression. We're happy to be able to be a part of the progression that we're making in life. There's no rush. Here in the Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea, we go at our own pace. We are not competing with anyone. Good morning and grand rising, Zykia, Asha. Welcome to the Zestful Living with your girl, Sweet Tea. I am so excited for each and every one of you because I know, as we say all the time, Miss Zykia, we are unstoppable, unmovable, unshakable, and living unapologetically free as me, your girl, Sweet Tea. And so this is what we're doing today. We're showing you and telling you some of the things to get your rise and shine going for the day. We start off with good intentions. We know what it is that we want, and there's nothing stopping us from obtaining it. We can obtain it. Now we need to maintain it. Maintain that momentum. Maintain that motivation. Maintain yourself in terms of being grounded in your day. Get your day started with some breathing exercises as it is. Let's breathe through the nose, hold for 5 seconds, and breathe out of the mouth. Breathe in through the nose. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release from the mouth. Once again, breathe through the nose. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release from the mouth. As I pointed out, we're not competing with anyone. We're not rushing through life as if we have a challenge to meet, a deadline to meet. Someone has put an assignment on us and we have to get it done within a matter of 15, 20 minutes. We're not doing that. We're going by our own pace and we're giving ourselves grace and a pat on the back. Good job today. We're affirming ourselves. Great job, Latanja. I am so proud of you. We affirm ourselves each and every day. You know why? Because that person that's within you, you as who you are, already has what they need. We have what we need. We're fighting every day. We have a purpose every day. We're doing the things necessary to win. We're in it to win it, as they say. This is no game. There is a game, but we're serious about what we're doing. And we have good intentions. We're having a positive mindset, and we're making it happen each and every step of the way. And we're enjoying the scenery as we move about. And that's why they talk about enjoy the process. Eventually, you're going to get where you're going, and it's no rush. And so another way to be able to create a zestful living is self-care. And so we know that we have to continue to pour into ourselves, put ourselves first. And that's one of the things. And as I pointed out, that I'm modeling again, designing, doing a lot of things. I also always have had a passion for fashion. My entire family, my sister, she produces a lot of fashion shows. I did some fashion shows in Denver as well. And so all of this is being reignited and rediscovered. And so that is why I created the Lady Academy Workshop and the Zest for Life Social Club and Support Group for mothers, wives, CEOs, and businesswomen, nurturers, and empty nesters over 35 who are constantly pouring into others and neglecting to pour into themselves. We do have our Zoom call, which are our empowerment exchange calls, bi-weekly, where we connect and hold each other accountable in our calls, and we address the things and the process and progress, I should say, of how far we've come on this healing journey. And then we also have our meetups that we do in the social club support group. For the month of February, it's all booked and ready to go. And so we're excited to be able to be reignited and rediscovering our hobbies and interests, because that, again, is going to mean a great deal as you move into these new stages and new beginnings of your life, that you'll find that those hobbies and interests are very important. So that's what we do. You can link in on the bio and go ahead and sign up for the Lady Academy workshop wait list. We have some great things coming up in the near future. In addition to join the social club, the Zestful Life Social Club support group, we have a private Facebook group. You can DM me, I'll add you in the group, and please go ahead and link the bio, and also go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This Zestful Living with your girl Sweet Tea is going to be exclusively on YouTube. So we're doing this now, streaming here on the Instagram Live. And so we just talked about creating a zestful living that includes, again, an action plan, focusing on your hobbies, sensuality, and self-care. And so we know the self-care is about pouring into yourself. As I pointed out, a lot of mothers and empty nesters, when their children are moving away and they're going off to college, you find yourself trying to be able to literally, figuratively find yourself again, to be able to find what your hobbies are and your interests are, because again, you were a woman before you were a mother and a wife. And essentially, I'm finding that fathers and husbands experience the empty nester as well. And sir, you were a man before you were a husband and a father. You know, those things, again, we have to be able to rediscover who we are once the children are off away in college or what have you, moved out on their own. And so all of this is about being fully embracing yourself, your passions, and the experiences that make you feel alive. These are the things that we do in terms of figuring out what that means to be zestful, to be living in a zestful way. It means that you have the enthusiasm and the excitement and the vigor to move through this life with full intention, because you know the why that you're doing it, because that's extremely important to be able to know why you're doing it. And you're doing it and stepping into your confidence, because again, that confidence is something we have to work on each and every day, as it is when I'm modeling in front of people and displaying their clothing and their fashions. You know, they're wanting the person that is walking and modeling for them to be able to showcase what it is that they're wearing in order for the designer to sell their clothing. So again, you want the model to be able to stand up tall, to be able to walk with confidence, and to be able to demonstrate what it feels like to be in this garment. Essentially, that's what you're doing. You're actually showcasing your the designer's clothing. And then, of course, you as the model that's modeling, you are also very important and extremely a vital factor in the fashion show, obviously. And so now we want to be able to, in order to create a zestful living, we want to be able to list the things and be able to know what lit you up as a child. Recall, what was it that lit you up as a child? Take some time to be able to note what that is, so that you can be able to understand who you are at this point in time in your life, to be able to measure where you have come from when it comes to discovering yourself and those things that lit you up as a child. Okay, do the work for that. And then I need you to be able to write down 3 things that made you the happiest as a child. What were the 3 things that made you the happiest? And I know right off the bat, going outside to play, you know, we had a lot of great things that we did. Of course, the hopscotch, the jump rope, the skating, the marbles. We also, my cousins and I and my older sister, we built go-karts in Los Angeles, California. And we were considered the little rascals, because we had a lot of things that we were doing outside in terms of playing, building, and being able to just be children. You know, oftentimes a lot of parents put a lot of weight on their children. You hear some mothers telling their sons, if there is a absent father no longer in the home, you are the man of the house. Of course, that is taken literal for a lot of young children or young men, because again, they're carrying the weight of what their mother needs. They see their mother as someone that needs their support and their financial support and things of that nature. That's something we can touch on a little later, because it's very important to be able to not put the stress and the strain on your sons and your children to be able to carry the load and the weight for you as a mother and as a woman, as a wife, because whatever happened in the relationship that did not work per se, that does not mean that the young man should carry any of the burdens or strains that you may want to put on him, because some of the young boys take it literal, that they are the man of the house. They get to have this dominant posture and being able to boss the other family members around and things of that nature. You can cultivate a lot of the great leadership skills, okay? There's nothing wrong with building leadership skills if that skill is going to be able to get him a good start in life, to help him to be able to one day raise his own family in a healthy way. So we can instill good things in our children, girls and boys, to be able to help them maneuver through life in a positive way so that they can maintain their integrity as they move forward in life. And so ask yourself, as you write down the 3 things that made you happiest as a child, ask yourself, why did I stop doing these things? Why did I stop doing these things? Okay. And then also, you want to be able to commit to bringing back at least one of those joys. Go back and find out what that is. Write it down. Take a few moments to be able to find out what that is in order for you to reignite with it and rediscover once again your zest for life. Because you have to be able to do the work in terms of finding out who that is, because essentially we know we have that little child that's within us. She's still there and he's still there. Okay. And if for most cases, as I am finding out, girls just want to have fun now. Oh, girls just want to have fun. That's all we really want. So it seems like I just want to go outside and play. And there's nothing wrong with that. Essentially, this adulting, as we have figured out, is overrated. We had no idea when we were screaming and hollering as, teenagers or whenever it happened for you. I want my own place. I want my own place, that you couldn't wait to move out and be on your own. You had no idea that you were saying, I want to pay my own bills. I want to pay my own bills. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's about being responsible. It's about being mature. And it's about to be able to move about when it comes to setting a solid foundation. And so, yes, when you talked about being on your own, I want to pay my own bills. And you find out this, excuse my French, is some bullshit. Okay? Where did all of this come from? I thought it was just about having my own space to be able to make my own decisions, have my own choices, and true enough it is. And we won't let anything get the best of us. A bill is a bill. I'm just a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, now it's off to the White House where I sit here and wait. With a lot of other bills for the president to sign. Oh, I wish and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill. That was one of my favorite little songs. Oh, I wish and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill. And then they tell him, they signed your bill. Now you're a law. How about that? It teaches you the process. And so again, We want to be able to affirm ourselves in the Zestful Living with Your Girl Sweet Tea morning show. I'm going to let you go because, again, I had something I had going on this morning. But again, watch and wait for the 8 a.m. Zestful Living with Sweet Tea each and every morning on the morning show. Rise and shine and put your best foot forward. Be sure to affirm yourself. I am good enough. I have done enough. I am worthy enough. And I am more than enough. Enough said. Give yourself some credit for today. Be your own best cheerleader and know that the naysayers are not saying nothing. They're not saying absolutely nothing that will stop and prevent you from moving forward because you're relentless. You have endurance. You have determination. You're going to make it regardless. It doesn't matter. It could be storming outside. What does that storm have to do with you putting one foot in front of the other? Okay? Make it happen for yourself because you deserve it. You are important. You matter. And you're on the right track. Choo-choo, the train is coming, baby. All aboard. All aboard. You better get on board, baby. It's pulling in. You better hop on and take this train. Take this healing journey. Take your life in your own hands, baby. You at the driver's wheel. You can step on the brakes, step on the gas. There's exit signs. You take the challenge on for yourself today. Continue to be your best self. Drive yourself forward. Move forward in these entrepreneurial streets and be the very best that you can be. Welcome once again to your girl Zestful Living with Sweet Tea. Have a blessed day, and I will see you in the Rise and Shine morning.